Hello and welcome to day 22 of Healthy Core and Yoga Flow. Today we are going to go for a pose called UphvaVistaKonasa or straddle pose, wide angle. So it'll be some hip openings, it'll be kind of low to the ground, and we will, with that, raise our vibrations and lift stagnant energy off and feel really good after and during. And we will start by sitting and centering, and then we will do 5 different exercises of some healthy core exercises that will help us to move into wide angle pose, UphvaVistaKonasa. So let's take a comfortable seat and sit nice and tall on our sit bones. Crossing our knees and making sure that we have a comfortable seat. Maybe bringing those inner thighs wide back and apart and finding a nice steady open seat where we can ground down through the tailbone and through the sit bones. Take the palms to the knees. Give yourself a few nice breaths right here. Setting an intention for your practice that works for you. Maybe you have something you like to dedicate all your poses to, that you exert a whole bunch of energy into, and maybe bring that into something that will move you forward along on your journey. And gently bring the palms together in front of the heart. And let's join our voices in one Om to start our practice. Take a nice big inhale. And release the hands, open the eyes, and let's come to all fours, and we'll start with cat-cow to really get the core moving and get our spine nice and fluid and lift any stagnant energy off of our core. So let's tuck the toes under, and knees and hips are stacked. Spread the fingers nice and wide, shoulders and wrists are stacked. Exhale all the air and bring the spine up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it back down. And again, bring the gaze down towards the belly button. Expand the back body and bring it back down to neutral. And 3 more times, arching the spine all the way up and coming back. Exhale any stale air out. Bring some nice, good, vibrant energy in towards the core. And let's do 1 more. Exhaling all the way up. And coming back to neutral. And let's flip ourselves over onto our backs, please. We're going to start by bringing the feet together in butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Taking the hands behind the head, and we're going to lift and lower for 20. Exhaling on the way up, inhaling on the way down. Pressing the feet together, using those lower, deep core muscles and lifting stagnant energy from the core and keeping it nice and healthy, and a nice healthy flow in the abdomen. 15 more and 14. Exhale, inhale, making a little remembrance at the very top. We have 10 more. 9, 8, and 7, 6, 5, and 4, 3, and 2, and 1. And bring it back down and close the legs for a moment, and then we'll come back to it. And we're going to bring the legs up into a wide angle straddle pose right here. So wherever you're comfortable with your straddle, and maybe you have to move around like I do to make yourself in a comfortable place. We're going to do the same thing. 20, lift and lower. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, and inhale. And we'll keep it going for 15 more. 14, 13, really getting into the deep core muscles. And 10 more. 9 and 8, 7, 6, making sure to move the energy in the legs as well, spreading the toes. 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more, and bringing it back down. And we're going to come over onto our left side and do side kicks. We can have our hand all the way down and the head on towards the arm. We can have your head in your hand, so whichever seems to work the best for you. We're going to take that right arm and meet the toes and the hand. And just kick it up like this. And we have 20 of these with 10 pulses as well. So we'll just divide them up. We'll do 5 more. 4 more. 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. And then we'll bring it up and hold it up here. And pulse and pulse and pulse for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it all the way down. Phew, and flip over to the second side. Come over onto the right side and we'll do the left side body. Come all the way down or take your hand in your head, whichever works for you. Take the left arm up and over, and then we'll just meet the hand and the foot. And we'll just keep meeting and using the side of the waist to lift the leg, really digging in towards the core, towards the lateral side, left side. 5 more, and 4 more, and 3 more, and 2 more, and 1 more, and then we'll bring it up and do our pulses for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring it back down. I hope you can feel that in the side and the obliques. I sure can. Come over onto your back. I hope you also notice like a little difference in the core after doing this whole series. We're on day 22 already, so we should feel pretty nice and healthy in the core. Take the palms back behind your head, and we're going to come back to feet together, back to bound angle, and we're going to pulse for 20 and get a little burn, a little flush, and a little engagement in the adductors as well. So we'll lift it up, and then we're just going to pulse for 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, and 10 more. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it back down. And last one, of the core version is we're gonna have the same one. Bring the legs up and open the legs in a wide angle and pulse for 20. So we roll the shoulder blades up and we pulse. And we'll use the core. 18, 16, 14, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and bring it back down. Nice. Take the knees into the chest, just hug them all the way in, and then either roll to the side and come up to down dog, or roll cross your legs and come to down dog. So whichever works for you. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Second finger pointing forward. You can come up on the toes and bend your knees and really get some nice grounding of the femurs. Lifting the upper arm bones and really raising the sacrum, and then sinking the right heel down, stretching into the back of the legs, and the left heel down. And then gently from there, look between the hands, come back up on your toes, bend your knees, take a step or a hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, press the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to standing and release the hands. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to earth. Inhale, unravel. Exhale, plank pose. Keep a little pause right here and bring yourself all the way down onto the floor. Inhale, cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And exhale, coming back down, tuck the toes, push back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come up onto your toes, bend your knees, stretch into your arms, ground your femurs, look between the hands, take a step or a hop over to the hands. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky. Come all the way up to standing and release the hands. Open your feet wide to feet wide apart pose. We'll have 3 versions right here. Inhale, bring the arms out to the side and lift the heart, the chest, the lungs. And then exhale, hands to the hips and hinge and fold forward for Prasarta Padottanasana, feet wide apart, stretching in towards the whole backside of the body. And at the same time, pull the inner edges of the feet towards the midline and engage the adductors, stabilizing the hips. Place your hands on towards the floor, hands between the heel of your feet. So heel of the hands and heel of the feet. You can stay right here. You can have hands on blocks. You can place your head towards the floor. Claw the fingertips. Enjoy a nice full stretch into the back of the legs, into all areas of the legs. And then gently extend your arms. Take your hands to the hips, elbows to sky. Come back up to standing. Inhale, take the arms all the way back out, and then hands behind, interlace. Roll the shoulders up and back and keep pulling the inner edges of the feet towards the midline as we slightly bend into the knees and hinge and fold forward for Prasarta Padottanasana with bound hands, or have your hands on the hips, or support yourself with hands on the floor. You might raise your arms to the sky. Take one that works the best for you. Moving back and forth. Breathing into any of the tight areas. And gently release the hands to the sacrum and come all the way back up. And release the hands out to the side. Get some nice good blood flow through the hands. Hands to hips. Inhale, long spine, and one more feet wide apart posture with our index finger, our peace fingers around the big toes. And then we'll press down with the big toes onto those peace fingers and ground the whole pose and bring the elbows out to the side. Bring your shoulders away from the ears and clear the whole spine. This might be a little bit more feedback in towards the hamstrings, and we'll balance that out by pulling the inner edges of the feet towards the midline and get some more adductors, more energy hugging the midline. One more breath here. And then gently extend the arms. Take your hands to the hips, elbows to sky. Come all the way up to standing. Bend the knees and we'll jump our feet and our hands back to the midline. Nice. Let's Let's come to the front of the mat and take the hands to the sides, feet either hip width apart or feet together. Pick one that works best for you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana, bending into the knees. Inhale, long spine. Step back, plank pose. Take a little pause in plank. Hugging the midline, lowering all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And exhale, release. Bring it back down, push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come up onto the toes here, bend the knees, and we'll do 3 cat-cows or spinal extension and flexions right here. Just giving ourselves some nice, big, juicy moves in the spine and loosening up any stagnant energy and letting go of it and inviting new beneficial energies and vibes for us. Exhale, down dog. And then from here, take one foot between the hands and come 2 feet wide apart. Take your right elbow in towards your right knee. Flip your left toes up and you heel down. Come over your right side. Take your left knee to the floor. Left hand out, claw the fingertips. And inhale, bring the arm up to the sky. Big, wide open, twisty crescent lunge. Monkey pose lunge. And exhale, release. Right hand on the floor inside your right knee for support. And then we'll take it up and over to the left side. Left heel fully on the floor and the right heel is down and the right toes are up. Give yourself a nice big adductor stretch, and then we flip ourselves over to the left side. Right knee to the floor, right hand up. Inhale, left arm up, big wide low lunge, twisty turny monkey pose, twisty turny, opening in towards the hips, into the shoulders, and exhale, release. Take it all the way back up into our Skandasana, and then come to the center. Support your hands on the floor, bend your knees, hop your feet all the way together and fold. Bend your knees and come all the way down to a seat, and we're gonna lay onto our left side. And we're gonna come up and either bend the knees for comfortable support or have your legs straightened. See how that feels. Take your right arm inside your right leg and your right hand outside your right foot, and then karate chop your right little toe side into your hand, and then extend the root of the big toe up towards the sky and come into Anantasana, like a big sideline Trikonasana version or couch pose. Take your whole left side down to the floor and take your head onto your arm, holding on to that healthy core that you've been diving and dwelling into the last 3 weeks plus. Press your hand and your foot into each other. One more breath right here, and then exhale, release, bring it all the way back down. Nice. And support yourself and switch to the second side. You might just roll on the belly, on the back. I'll switch like this. So we can come back to forearm. You can have your hand in your head. You can bend your knees. Sometimes this feels a little bit more supported for the bottom leg. We can straighten the legs out. So see what works for you. And then take your left arm inside your left leg and outside your left foot. And then press your pinky toe side into your hand. So your foot becomes nice and even and the ankle is supported and strong. Press the root of the left big toe up towards the sky and come into Anantasana, couch pose. Very comfortable laying down Trikonasana version or side splits, or really a nice prep for our UphvaVistaKonasa. Let's come all the way down. It's hard to talk as you kind of roll down, so just to keep breathing, keep taking some nice deep yoga breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Press your hand and your foot into each other. Few more breaths right here. And then exhale, release. Bring it all the way back down. Let's come onto the belly and find your way into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Lift the upper arm bones. There should be some nice new areas in the legs. And from here, step your right foot between the hands and windmill up into warrior two, sweeping the arms all the way up and around. Front knee over the front ankle. Flip your right palm up. Take your reclining warrior, nice big full side body, crescent stretch. Take your forearm to your thigh. Sweep your left arm all the way up. Take it all the way back again. Crescent to the back. And then this time, take your fingers inside your right shin ankle, left arm up and over. And then gently press into your feet and come all the way up. Extend both legs for a reclining full Trikonasana. Both legs are straight. Take your fingers this time either underneath the knee, like we sometimes do, to the ankle, or see how it happens and feels to put the hand behind your shin ankle today. Take the gaze up towards the thumb and root and ground all four corners of your feet. One more breath right here. And exhale, release. Hands to the floor. Turn and step back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And gently from here, step your left foot between the hands. So step your left foot between the hands. I would like to face you, so I'm turning around and sweep the arms up and around and come up into warrior two. Take the gaze out over the front middle finger. Flip your left palm up and come into reclining warrior. Lifting it up and back. Take your forearm to your thigh. Sweep the right arm up and over. Extending the whole crescent side of the body. Tapping in towards the hip flexors. Plugging them in. Lifting the lower belly in. And then gently take it all the way up and back again. Crescent to the back. Taking your fingers inside your left shin ankle. Sweep the right arm up. Maybe up and over. We'll take it to how it feels for us. Breathing, finding four corners of our feet and staying nice and grounded. Take your arm back up and extend your front leg and flip it all the way up and back for a full lateral extension on your Trikonasana. Take your left fingers behind your shin ankle. Sweep the right arm up to the sky. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. Give ourselves a few more breaths right here. And then gently take the gaze down and turn your hips, and we'll come all the way to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, and plug your femurs strongly in, and then gently come all the way down onto the knees from here and come to a comfortable seat. You might take a blanket to sit on, you might sit on a pillow or something that makes your seat happy. I'm going to bring in my blanket because it makes my seat, my lower back and my hamstrings very happy. Take the feet together for Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Sitting nice and tall, stretching into the neck a little bit. Maybe there's some spontaneous adjustments and releases of stagnation. Lifting up onto the ankles and bringing the chin towards the sternum, shoulders away from the ears. And then gently bringing it all the way back up. Take your legs out from here. And here we are in a seated UphvaVistaKonasa. We'll do a few variants. So start by just taking our arms up towards the sky. And interlace the hands. Take the palms all the way up. One of my favorite side body lengthening, and it really helps to ground down into the seat. Take your hands back down and let's do a couple of windmill arms up and over as we are rooting down the seat. Sit bones stay down, and we're coming into some nice loosening up of the lower back. The heels are down, toes are spreading. There is action and energy going on all the way out towards the toes. Last side. Take it all the way up and over. Nice. Take your left forearm to the floor. Take your right arm up and take it all the way up and over. There's so many variants that you can certainly add on right here. We're going to stay right here and come into the side body of the right side. Staying nice and centered in the core, and then sweeping it up and over to the second side. Taking your right forearm down, left arm up and over, lengthening in towards the whole left side of the waist, staying nice and stable in the core, and gently bringing it all the way up. Turning over towards the left leg and coming back to the right side. You might have your hands on each side, you might have a strap, hands over towards the foot or the strap. Inhale, long spine, and maybe stay right here. Activate all the way out towards the right leg. Exhale and bend your elbows and take your head towards your knee, or simply just look forward. Take it to where you have your stretch. Elbows out to the side. Should be a nice opening in towards the right lumbar area. And gently take it up from there, and we'll switch it to the right side, turning over the right leg and stretching it towards the left side of the waist. Turning and churning, and then bringing the hands, either you have a strap, if your arms needs a strap to make your arms a little longer, that's a really good solution, or a belt or a scarf or something. And then inhale, long spine, rooting down out through the whole left leg, out to the heel, to the toes, and then elbows out to the side, lengthening and releasing any stagnation, any holdbacks into that left lower back, the whole side of the left body. Another 2 breaths right here. And exhale, release, and take it all the way back up. Shake out your legs. We are going to take, if there's a blanket or something, or a pillow, take that to the side for now, and we'll play around just a little bit with UphvaVistaKonasa. Take your legs nice and wide, and we are going to take the right arm up and over and sweep it towards the front and come up to the right side. Take the left arm over to the right side and sweep it all the way up and over. And again. And we'll sweep it and replace the free hand behind us, right behind the sacrum. So we'll just make some nice circles with the waist, with the shoulders, with the whole torso, until we might lift our tush up and lean it up and back. And take it up and back. And bringing it back again, and we'll keep that going, and we'll just kind of check out and see what's going on with the hands if we needed to. So we'll just stay nice and low, right hand behind, lift it up, and exhale, sweep it nice and low, left hand behind, lift it up, and we'll do one more each side. Stay nice and low, right hand behind, sweep your hips and your left arm up, and come all the way towards the front and to the back and lift it up. Nice. And then from there we get to come all the way forward for our UphvaVistaKonasa with our peace fingers around the big toes. And we might have a block for the forehead. We might hold everything from skin to muscle, muscle to bone, and sit here and enjoy. Adjusting the legs so it feels comfortable. Press your big toe into your peace fingers, bend your elbows out to the side, and take your forehead to block, blanket, or floor. We'll take another 2 breaths here. And then gently bring it all the way back up and release the hands and come back with the hands up to the sky and finding a new way of sitting in UphvaVistaKonasa after all of those different helpful moves to kind of tap in and open up for wide angle pose. Take your hands behind your knees and slowly close and bring your heels forward, your toes up, and take your inner thighs wide back and apart, hands on each side of your feet, and come into a supported Paschimottanasana, a supported forward fold, where we just get to bring the legs back into a nice new vibrancy of moving from after we opened our hips and cleaned and cleared lower backs and adductors, abductors. You might start to move your feet forward and forward and forward with that slight micro bend into the back of the knees. You can take your peace fingers around your big toes and take your elbows out to the side and fold and fold and fold and lengthen and fold and lengthen and fold, and then gently bring it all the way up, extend your arms, and then come back up to your seat, and we're going to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way down to the back, and bring your feet mats width apart, take your arms out to the side, and give yourself a couple of windshield wipers here. Tap into the hip flexors, knee side to side, feet on each side of the yoga mat. And then we're going to leave that left knee over towards the right side. Take the left arm up and away from the left knee. So the left knee is in the center of the mat. You can take your right hand and give that left arm a little bit of a extra extension in towards the hip flexor. Pull the lower belly in, stay nice and plugged in. And gently bring it all the way up and over to the second side. Come over, windshield wiper, knees to the left side, right knee in the center, feet on each side of the mat. Take your right arm over and give yourself a little gentle stretch with your left hand on your right. And get into the deeper layers of your right hip, wherever that is for you. Maybe letting the arms be to the side is plenty. So I'm hoping that you are just taking it to where it feels like a good place for you. And gently release and take your knees all the way up. Adjust so that you're nice on your back, and then bring the knees in for an upward facing child's pose. We're just plugging in femurs in towards the hip socket into a new place of moving, back release. And then from here we can extend all the way out to our Shavasana, where we get to just press the head and adjust the shoulder blades. And letting the legs, the hips, the legs adjust to all the new different openings that we did today, and changing the vibrancy of all of our layers, outer layers, inner layers. You're welcome, as always, to stay here in your Shavasana. I certainly recommend a 5 to 10 minute rest after each yoga practice. I'll come and close up the practice sitting, and we are just going to take a nice, comfortable seat for you who are sitting. If you're laying down, you take one hand on your heart, one hand on the belly, and balance your energies, your frequencies, your vibrations. As you feel nice and clear, take a couple of nice deep breaths into it. If you're sitting, put your hands on your heart and your belly as well. Inhale and exhale 3 times. I'm hoping that you will have a new way of grounding through your feet after this practice. There was a lot of root chakra movements, very subtle, but they do go deep into our layers of our body. So we balance it out by just holding the heart center, the lower belly. And bring your hands together in front of your heart, or if you're laying down, keep your hands where they are. We'll join our voices in one Om to close our practice. Take a nice big inhale. And releasing the hands, or simply open the palms to the side of your body, or put them on your knees. And thank you so much for joining me for this day 22 of our 30 days of a yoga journey together. If you are doing all of them, or if you pop it in for one here and there, I'm so happy to have you here. Make sure to subscribe, and here's the next video up here. So I'll see you there. Tomorrow is day 23. I look forward to seeing you then. Namaste.